Moonshine Comedy.
Hi, I'm Benjamin McWilliams.
And I'm Silvio, and welcome for the episode number 17 of Lost in Lithuania.
17. We've been taking a little bit of a break.
But we have plenty of reasons for that.
Very good reasons. So first, I was in the US for 2 months, and then right when I got back, before we could shoot anything, he went to Romania.
Went to the most beautiful country of the world. Said no one ever.
The most beautiful country, Romania. I bet Romania is nice.
It is. Not my hometown, but in general it is.
Not your hometown? Okay, what's the best part of Romania?
Obviously Transylvania with the mountains and castles and...
I thought you were going to say Transylvania with the mountains and the vampires.
Well, they are, if they ever existed, they are long extinct.
Long gone.
Long
we could
gone,
say
yeah.
long gone. That would be the... So, yeah, a lot of stuff, interesting stuff has happened. I was actually, when I was in the US, I actually signed up for Kill Tony.
Yeah, and for who doesn't know, Kill Tony is like the biggest stand-up open mic.
It's the biggest podcast. It's not necessarily like an open mic. It's like one of the biggest comedy podcasts in the world. And I got selected to do it.
That's already an achievement, that from all those hundreds of people you got selected. So, and also he's the first one in history who ever said a joke in Lithuanian language.
On the podcast, there we go. It was so it's not necessarily like an open mic. So how the format goes, for people who don't know, you're given about a minute. So you're given a minute to tell like whatever your best material is, and then after that, they spend, like, you tell your joke and then they spend time roasting you, which I didn't get roasted as much as I thought I would be. I think they looked at me and said, "What is this guy? And what is the matter with him?" Because, it was crazy. So what you do is you go to, so it's at the spaceship or whatever, the mothership.
I have no idea. You tell us, because I haven't been there.
I'm looking at him like he knows.
Yeah.
And so we go to the mothership, and you don't go to the mothership. The people who want to perform, they go to a bar. What you do is you go to the bar, and then you write your name down, and then you're randomly selected out of like hundreds of people. So I don't know the exact number of people, but the whole bar was packed with people. A lot of weirdos, people I saw one person dressed up as a wizard. I'm like,
okay,
what are you gonna do? Hocus pocus your way on stage? And so then you just sit there and wait, and they call your name. And then when your name gets called, they rush you. Like, you have to rush downstairs if you're upstairs. I was upstairs. I had to rush downstairs, and you have to run to the other side. And then you have to take everything from your pocket. And then there's a metal detector, like detecting everything. They're like, beep, beep, beep.
Okay.
And then you go in, then you say your set, and then basically the idea is that they like to roast some of those newer comedians.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the best part of the show, is like the interaction with the let's say, we can call them, they're not, it's not like a jury, right? But they're like,
it's like a panel of judges. There's like three of them, and and so if you want to check out our video, we'll post the link. I forgot which episode it is.
17.
No, not episode of Kill Tony. I know this is episode 17.
I know how to find it, because actually I've seen your bit before you did, because you texted me that it's on, but you seen it like after a couple of hours. I watched it like after like 10 minutes or something. I watched it on TV. It was nice to see you there, but in the same time, if you never went on stage to do stand-up alone, it's hard. To do stand-up for 1 minute after you're running, as you say, it's even harder. And then no matter, okay, you didn't look nervous or something.
I was
not that
very
much,
nervous.
But you know that they are filming, and it will have millions of views, like, so I get that it's hard to be there. And to do stand-up for 1 minute, you can't say many stuff in 1 minute.
No, it's very difficult. I mean, for me, like, the biggest thing is I didn't train enough to do like a minute of my bit, because because normally when you do stand up, you're given about 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, especially when
Yeah.
you're starting out. This is like 1 minute, and then after that, they just try to roast you. And my favorite part was he said, "Oh, like you do comedy in Lithuania?" And I said, "Yeah, you know." And he said, "You know, like, do you have any like Lithuanian stuff?" And so I said a whole bit in Lithuanian, and I got the best reaction. I was like, "Okay, so I should have just started off just only speaking Lithuanian."
But that would have been, I mean, nice to just go on stage and just speak in Lithuanian language, you know, no
gosh.
English at all.
Oh gosh, I wouldn't be able to do that. Definitely wouldn't be able to do that for a minute. But
You know what was kind of weird for me? Like that guy, the comedian, I don't know his name. I'm not saying that I forgot his name, but I don't know his name in general.
Tony?
Like asks you, not Tony. Tony,
Jeremy. Jeremy is the guy.
The dude with asked you about trivia about the Flintstones. What the hell?
I was like looking at it and be like, so you're an expert on Flintstones? I'm like, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
And then he started asking me these really weird
It was
questions.
a bit too long, you know. It would have been funnier to ask you a question and, you know, just
and then like,
skip it.
you fell, you fell.
Yeah, whatever. But he went on asking very specific questions about Flintstones. Like, who the hell knows that?
It was definitely a weird experience, but I mean, I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was a new experience. I remember when I got off stage, I was just kind of shaking. I was driving the car. I'm like, I probably shouldn't be driving. My hand is shaking, not from alcohol, just from the amount of stress. Like, but it was fun. It was
you
good.
did it,
Like
and I
that's
liked
the thing
it.
is that you know, in comedy, you always get a chance to do it. And whenever you have a chance, why not try it? I mean,
Yeah, of course.
worst case scenario, nobody likes you. And
Yeah.
I'm used to that. I hang around with this guy too much.
I wanted to say that, but I didn't want to sound like a dick, you know.
Don't worry, you sound like a dick plenty enough. Yeah, and so you were 2 weeks in Romania, and
Yeah.
you have a new experience. You went skydiving.
Yes, I was. So I received it as a gift from my girlfriend, this experience, and I jumped with the parachute here in Lithuania. And I'm afraid of flying, and I'm afraid of heights. So it was the perfect combo. Overall, it was...
So that was your present. Your present's like, you know, you're terrified of this stuff. Let's go do it.
You know, because I think one time I was drunk or something, and she received a voucher to go skydiving, and I was like, you know what, when you will decide to do it, I'm gonna come with you. And she remembered that, and when I've seen the voucher, I was like, okay, it's too late now, I will just do it.
That's why you got to be careful when you make promises when you're drunk. No
Yeah.
promises when you're drunk.
But you know what was like the weirdest part? Because it was at the border with Belarus, this airfield.
Yeah,
So-
you better watch out with your landing.
So the thing is that with the I want to say with the bus, with the plane that took
With
us,
the bus?
it
You
looked
took a
like
bus?
it looked like a Soviet bus, you know.
If
I would
took
be
a
a-
Soviet bus up to the sky.
For real, like if I would be the inspector, I don't know much about planes, but just by looking at that plane, I would not allow it to fly. You know?
It's the magic Soviet school bus. Come, kids, we go for a ride.
Yeah, it was good that we had parachutes, you know, so I was more relaxed. But I'm not sure if you took any like these very old buses that when they close the doors, there's some noise like steam, almost like. Tss. Sounds familiar?
That's every single bus.
Nah, the really old ones to make a really, really loud specific one. Well, that was exactly the sound that the plane
They
did.
do have old Soviet buses here, so I'm gonna have to, like, next time I get on that bus, I'm just gonna listen to see if I can hear that.
It was extremely loud, and also we left with the door opened. And we were sitting like on some...
So what did it do? It go
Yeah, with the door open. I mean, they closed it at one point while we were already...
where you were in the sky, they're like, oh yeah, I forgot, we need to close this door.
And the weird part was that, by the way, I'm not trying to say nothing bad. I really enjoyed it. It was very nice, very professional people. But the thing is that we were staying on some benches with no seat belts, with the door open.
But yeah, parachutes, you'll be fine.
Yeah, but I was not yet strapped to the instructor.
Oh, you want to get strapped, you kinky motherfucker.
Yeah, and that was also like nice because one time I did this assisted free fall when I was in Las Vegas. So you are at the side of the building and you're jumping, and you are there by yourself. I was thinking like, maybe I should not jump. What if it's getting broken or something? But then I was thinking that they will not refund my money. You know, so that was kind of the only reason that I jumped. You know,
just jumped because you didn't, because they wouldn't refund your money.
Yeah. But now, when you are with the instructor, I was not aware that even that I'm tall, somehow I was with my feet dangling. So he told me, okay, get in position. I got, and he took me out. So I didn't have time to have second
It's
thoughts.
always nice when they put you in the position and take you out.
Not in that way, unfortunately. I would have joined the what's the name? Mile High. What's the name? When
You
have
joined
sex?
the Mile High Club.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would be the mile. You were Mile High, and you were part of a club.
I was just jumping, unfortunately.
I remember I went skydiving once before too, and I was perfectly calm going up, and I remember we're going up. The only time it kind of hit me was I look at the person I'm jumping with. I said, you know, we're about to jump out of a perfectly good airplane. And he starts laughing. He's like, this is not a perfectly good airplane. And then he points towards the duct tape, and I'm like, all right, let's go.
But the best part was, I mean, the free falling, because you are free falling like for like 30 seconds, and then he opens the parachute. That was the best part, I guess, the fact that you are going extremely fast towards the ground.
You just like going extremely fast towards the ground. You're like, get me
probably
home.
the best experience I ever had. You know, that experience. You are kind of flying by yourself, even though you are falling. You feel like you are flying.
You should definitely put the mention out if they treated you really nicely. You know, they took you out, they strapped you on real good, and they gave you a good time.
Yeah. You get really high also.
You get really high? That's really awesome.
I know, best experience ever. Totally recommend it.
So the best experience ever. That was the best experience ever.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I ever did something more spectacular with my life. I think, you know what? Maybe it will sound weird, but I think the same level of emotions I got when I went for the first time to do stand-up.
Okay, all right. I thought you were gonna say something like
something like what, sex?
I don't know,
that's
like,
lame.
I don't know, something like really like, you know, the moment I realized I loved my girlfriend, my like that true love, or maybe when you proposed or something
We will
like
cut
that.
this part. No, skydiving.
He's like, we
beats-
will now cut this part out. It is not going. So we are starting up again.
Welcome back. We had the technical difficulties. Now, of course, we will not cut it. Anyway, she's not watching it, so
Oh, very supportive, very supportive.
yeah.
Yeah, but that sounds like a fun experience.
It
And
was,
and you can do that in Lithuania. Probably don't do it now that it's getting colder. Or maybe extreme cold jumping. That would be fun.
Yeah, and also there were some forest fires in Belarus, and the air was barely breathable up there. It was a lot of smoke in the atmosphere. Downside, but it's not their fault. It was just happening.
Okay, so it just gets worse and worse. He's like, and one of the harnesses kind of broke, but it's fine.
Actually, it did.
Yeah!
You know, because you have like it didn't
I'm good at
broke.
guessing.
Yeah, it didn't broke, but the thing is that you have like two straps that you're holding on, and one of them disconnected. It was supposed to be like a loop, so now it was just like a piece of string.
I like
you know?
how your story just gets scarier and scarier.
It was nice.
There
Actually,
were fires in the back. There was
just
the
more.
strap broke. The guy held on to me a little too tight.
I mean, I stayed as close as possible to that guy.
You were like, please hold
He
me.
was.
Hold me closely. Hold me tight. Did you call him daddy?
I didn't have the chance because it was the wind was too strong.
You called him, ah!
So I was thinking that maybe I would scream or something, but no, I was too terrified.
Nah, because when I was younger, I used to love jumping off of cliffs into water. Like, of course,
I did that also once.
I did that so many different times that like just jumping off of heights they don't scare me as much as they used to. Like heights don't, and just like jumping as well. So like, I think when I jumped out of the airplane, he said I was the calmest person ever.
That's nice.
I mean, yeah, but yeah, that's about it. So that's about wraps up. Maybe we'll talk a little bit more next time about I was in the US for 2 weeks, mostly to attend a wedding, so more wedding stuff.
Yeah.
We've already talked about that, but we were able to go to Texas. I went with my my Lithuanian girlfriend, and yeah, we got to go to Texas. We were in Boston, New Hampshire, and New York. So
Nice.
yeah, it was a really fun trip, and yeah. I think that's all we have for today, unless you any thoughts of words of wisdom.
No, I
words
want
of
to say
experience?
also that if you want us to speak about a specific thing about regarding Lithuania, or not necessarily about Lithuania, leave us a comment or send us a private message. And also, we are doing stand-up in English in Lithuania every Tuesday, Bar Pahonia, every Thursday at Flow Bar. Also, both shows starts at 8. Come check us out and give us a follow and a subscribe.
Yeah.
See ya.
Join us. Have a
Till
good
next
day.
time.
Moonshine Comedy.